Hi everyone, this is Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to my channel for Twin Flames and Soulmates. We're going to ask Spirit today for some messages from your twin. You could be in a no contact, low communication. You could be with your twin, but you could be struggling right now with your twin. And we're going to get some guidance. So these are difficult relationships, and these readings are designed to help you kind of find your way through them. I do have some charms and some initials. This is a collective love for all signs, and your person can be any sign as well. So let's get started. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's new. Let's call in our spirit guides. This is a fully channeled message. I will be talking to my spirit guides. So you will hear me be saying, they are saying, or spirit is saying. So if you've never watched me before and you're wondering who I'm talking to, talking to my spirit guides. Spirit guides, I call upon you for loving messages for my twins that have found this reading today. I ask that you guide me. What is it that you need me to know? What is it that you need me to hear? I am listening for you now. I want out. Okay, it feels like somebody said that, like I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And it was just kind of this, it feels impulsive. And I feel like it came out of nowhere, whether it was just from pent up energy, anger, stress, but it was like, where did that just come from? Like, you're just going to walk away because you're upset at something. So I feel like whatever it was just so impulsive. And I guess I just want to go with that for a second, because do we say things in a moment in time that maybe we don't want to? Yes. And so it was impulsive. And maybe once they've kind of had a chance to think about it, I'm going to see what the card's saying, what Spirit says, but it's a feeling of regret. I shouldn't have said that. I'm obsessed with you. Yeah, you know, twins have a tendency to say whatever they want because they're the one person that you know that you can kind of get away with it. You know that they're going to somehow forgive you. You're going to figure it out. But anybody else you say something to, and that person's like, I'm never going to talk to you ever again. You say the same thing to a twin, and they're just like, okay, that was pretty bad. That was pretty horrible. But somehow we forgive and forget, and we keep going. So this feeling of I want out, I feel like it was just very impulsive. You deserve better. You did. You deserved better than what I said to you. You did. You definitely did. No one understands me but you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's when I am able to say these things to you out loud, even in my head, I swear you can read my mind. So I can get away with it somehow, or you think you can get away with it because that person knows you so well. So somehow they understand where you're coming from, that I was just blowing off steam. I was just upset in the moment, that I wasn't thinking about what I was saying. So somehow the twins get away with it. I can't come to you right now. Okay, what's holding them back? We'll see what the cards say. Don't wait for me. They could have asked you to take a step back. Life without you is hopeless, dark, and depressing, and I miss your light. I would be in agreement with that. I think anytime we're not with our twin, it hurts. I am better with my mind than with my heart. Okay, that came into me more as I'm trying to think things through as opposed to following their heart. Like if they would just listen to their heart, this would be a lot easier. If they would just admit their feelings, if they would just admit that they can't hold back, but they're overanalyzing it. Something along those lines. Why do I feel so lost? I'm missing you. And I wish I could understand you. So there's this catch-22 where we know each other so well. We have this telepathic connection. But then there's these actions that happen where they say, I need a break. I need to go. And you've got that runner energy. And you're like, what is going on? You know, if we stay together and we talk and we work things out, we're not going to work things out by you running. But what really is happening is that twin isn't ready for the union, and they got fearful and they ran because they've got to go learn and experience something else and prepare for this union again. So we don't understand it because we're comparing it to other relationships that we've had, that people stay and work things out. People talk. So twins have a tendency to push each other away, and it's hard. It's hard to understand. It's hard to wrap your head around it. Spirit, tell me about this connection. Why do I feel so lost? Career. That's a big one. I'm trying to put my career first. I don't have time is usually a big excuse. I thought that I had time for a relationship, but I'm too busy at work. That's always a big one. And it has nothing to do with any of those reasons. If people wanted to make the time, they would make the time. Okay. They use work as an excuse. It's like an addiction, right? I'm addicted to alcohol. I'm addicted to drugs. I'm addicted to work. And they use it as a crutch to escape from other areas of their life. Facing relationships, being alone with themselves. You know, they think, I'm good at this. I might as well do more of what I'm good at. But maybe they're not good in the other areas of their life. I have respect. Somebody deserves more respect. That could be you. That could be them. That could be the last thing that you said to them. Spirit just said, you disrespected me. Fighting. I'm tired of the fighting. I need a break from the fighting. I need a break from the drama. Every time we talk, it turns into like this bee's nest of information. I also feel like we keep bringing up the past. So if you've forgiven them for something they've done in the past, don't say things like, well, you said 3 years ago that, you know, you were going to be with me forever. And, you know, now you're not doing that, you know, so it's like, don't bring up what you forgave, or don't kind of rehash it. Okay. Because I feel like I just keep stirring up the same information. So either we didn't get over that fight, so fight it out again, or we're just holding on to a grudge. We're holding on to a resentment. And that's not healthy for either one of you. You're throwing it in the other person's face, Spirit just said. I have a trust. Trust is a factor. How can I trust you? I'm going to say a little bit of they want their cake and eat it too, or somebody wants their cake. It can be on either side. I'm not going to make accusations. I don't know, but it's I want my cake and eat it too. I want you to be there for me when I want you, but I want my freedom. I want to be single. I don't want anybody telling me what to do. You can't have both. You can't be single and be in a relationship at the same time. Everybody wants that. But this person's trying really hard at having, I mean, that's the best way for me to say it. Their cake and eat it too. And maybe they're waiting for you to wait around for them. But it's a sense of, I don't want to lose you. I want to be able to come back to you whenever I want, but I want to go over here and see what my options are and explore. And I don't want to be tied down to anything. And you look at them and go, who are you kidding? You know, why don't you just say out loud that you want to, you know, keep me as your mistress, or and whenever you want me in your life, you come get me. You know, it's like go fly the coop. You know, so we get mad at our twin, right? I mean, nobody wants to be treated that way. Set your boundaries. Twins don't like boundaries. Twins like freedom. Twins they don't like to be told what to do, Spirit just said. Your person doesn't like to be told what to do. But you deserve respect, and you deserve boundaries, and you have boundaries. You're not allowed to be in a relationship with me and be out all night doing God knows what. It doesn't mean that I don't trust you, but it's inappropriate. You're in a relationship with me. What are you doing out all night? So, you know, it's a sense of respect, trust, boundaries. It's like a big pile of, you're not looking at what this relationship needs. So, you know, we've got these three major things. You've got to respect me. You have to stay within my boundaries. And I have to be able to trust you. I mean, that's not a lot to ask, but for some reason, it seems like it's you know, mind-blowing. I have time. They're putting a lot of emphasis on time in this connection. I don't have time. This is the wrong time for us. If I met you at a different time in my life, maybe in the future, we'll get back together. So they kind of try to keep that string going with you, so that there's that hope of, you know, someday we'll be together. Don't fall for that. Okay. Tell your twin you're not waiting, and watch what happens. You tell your twin that maybe if they come back, you'll be available, but maybe not. Maybe you'll meet somebody else. Let them be worried that they're going to lose you. That's the only thing that a no contact respects, is they have to get to a place where there's the fear of loss, that you could be with somebody else. Spirit, please share with me. I have a Justice card. Fear of commitment. I'm afraid to commit. Are they going to say that? No. They're going to say things like, you can't tell me what to do. You can't put words in my mouth. You can't push me. You can't back me into a corner. You are asking too many questions. You say, hey, where are we going? What's going to happen in our future? And they say, you're asking too many questions. Really? I thought that maybe I'm entitled, because I'm in a relationship with you, to know what my own future might be and what you might be thinking. So they're afraid to commit, honey. They're afraid. I have a 5 of Wands, and that's where the battle starts. Now, whether they're saying it out loud or not, they're putting up that wall around them. They're saying, I don't want to give up my cake. I like my cake. I want both. I have a 6 of Swords. And I have a Fool. So the 6 of Swords is almost an vision, and I'm going to say a vision of you moving on, and them saying to themselves, you know, are they really moving on? Have I really lost them for good? Is this person going to start? Is my person going to fall for somebody else? What if they love that person more than me? What if when I want to come back, they're not available? So there's the fear. There's the fear of losing you. There's the fear of Ooh, what did they say in the beginning? I was impulsive. I didn't mean what I said. That's a big one. I didn't mean what I said, but they said it anyways. You've got somebody who every time they think about the thought of being with only one person for the rest of their life, they freak out. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to commit to it. It's like the conversation gets dropped or is never brought up. So the partner ends up living in this kind of limbo land of, I don't know where I stand with somebody. And it's hurt. It hurts you because you feel like my person doesn't love me. My person doesn't want to be with me. So you feel rejected when somebody doesn't start talking about a future with you or has plans of a future with you. It's just, it's hurtful is how it feels. Let's get some initials. Let's see what, let's see if we can connect. Okay. So we'll get some evidence, we'll get some clues, but let's see if we can get some initials. I have a big bowl of tarot dice and tiles and my initials. So I'm going to grab a couple tarot dice first and give those a roll and see what we got. Okay. And let's get a handful of the letters and the dice. Okay, we got lots of stuff. All right, so let me start with the dice. I have an Ace of Swords. So I need the truth. I need to know why you were so impulsive. You said what you said. Did you mean it? Or were you just blowing off steam? I did just hear the word excuse. I need to make sure that what you're saying isn't just an excuse over and over again. Okay, I have an Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is an offer. They could come back offering you something real, something true. That's about what it would take. It would take, like, you better show the hell up and start talking. Like that's what it would take, is what I'm feeling today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of Wands. All right, that's a little bit of hope. I don't want to give up on us. I won't give up on us. I'm asking Spirit, do I trust that? Do I trust that message? And in Spirits, it was more of a feeling of I would give them a chance to prove it more than anything. Like, can I trust them to not give up on us? They would have, and I'm not a big prove it person. I'm not a big jump through hoops person. But in this case, somebody who walks away, somebody who avoids talking about commitment, somebody who makes you feel like you don't know where you're headed in the long run, I would say you got to start showing me. I'm not going to use the word prove it, but you got to start showing me that you want to be in this connection. I think that would be only fair to you. I have a Tower, but it is in reverse. And I don't normally grab reversals, but I am going to take this one because I feel like the Tower moment is over. I feel like whatever happened between us, whatever was said, was said. So we have a chance of moving on from that Tower. I don't feel like it's a continuation. I feel like it's been said, it's done, you proved your point. I don't want to fight about this anymore, something along those lines. Yeah, and I have a Death. So I want to put that Tower to an end. And that was a little bit of the feeling I had a moment ago, where they don't want you to keep rehashing. Well, you said years ago. And the person's like, I said that years ago. Like, you still are holding me hostage to that. People say a lot of things. Spirit just said, we say a lot of things in a relationship. Unfortunately, we don't say, well, 3 years ago, you told me you loved me. You told me I was amazing. You told me you loved my hair. Like, we don't remember the good stuff, but we remember the 4 things that they said to us that hurt us to death, and we hold on to it like crazy. So maybe we need to let some of that go. Let's see what these letters are. Let's see. My twins, you guys struggle. It's so hard. I have the letter V. I have a little D. A D. R. Doctor. Somebody a doctor. I have an R. I have an I. K. W. L. The letter E. Don't worry if you don't see your person's letters or your letters. They're just part of the collective. Okay, so there's lots of other clues. Take with you what connects to you. I have the letter Z. I have an A today. I have another letter C. C. J. F, I, and I have an E. Okay, so some of you may be connecting. If you do, let me know in the comments, and let me, know that I got your name or their name, or, somehow it connected to you. I always love that. All right, tell me more, Spirit. What is it that you need me to hear? All right, so here's I'm afraid you're going to move on. It was a feeling of they come back into your life right when you're ready to move on. So you've already made up your mind. You're done. You're not waiting. I'm so over this. And that's when they show up. So it's like just when you're ready to move on, it was that feeling. It's like they intuitively knew that you were giving up on this connection. And they said, uh-oh, I better do something about it. I better start showing up. Okay. I have exploitations. Others having power over you due to what they know. Suffering from exploitive labor practices. No, we're not going to go with that. Number 18, having power over you because of some kind of secret. I'm going to tell somebody. Okay, I'm going to spill what you told me and get you in trouble somehow. We don't want to do that. I mean, that's hurtful, hateful games. We're not playing games here. We're not holding things over each other's heads. We are not throwing, spewing eye daggers at somebody. That's not going to help a loving relationship. So get that out of your mind, or they need to get that out of their mind if there's anything like that. I have a secret weapon. Unseen by foes, ready to be released. Quietly deadly. A silent strike, revealing the arsenal of the unseen. So here's the bam, they're saying. Something comes in. They say something to you that hurts you. Nobody knows how to hurt you as best as a twin flame. I call them one-line zingers, where they can say one thing to you and it just goes right to your heart. Just goes right through you. And it's just painful. It's just, they know your weakness. They know what is going to make your knees buckle. So this person could have a tendency when they're angry, upset, not getting their way, to send you those zingers that are just mean-spirited. So you have to ask yourself, why are they doing it? They do it as a defensive mechanism. It's a way for them to push you away and, say, I can't deal with you right now, because if I deal with you and admit my feelings, then I'm vulnerable of being hurt. if I, if I don't push you away, then someday I'm the one who's going to be hurt, so it's a very defensive mechanism. I have petty gains, being penny wise, pound foolish, and undermining overall success. They're calling it the dreamer, the person who has, and money could be an issue in this connection. Maybe that's one of the things we go round and round with. They said they're a dreamer, that they talk big, they talk about how amazing they are, they talk about all these things they're going to do. Meanwhile, they don't have a dime in their pocket. They don't have any savings. They're pinching pennies. They're piecing it together, and they're not reaching these dreams. They're unrealistic. So you look at them and you're trying to help them and you're trying to give them solutions, and they don't want to hear it because you're beneath that. You're not them. So this kind of awkwardness of, I want to believe in you, but you're not being realistic. Okay. I want to support you and be there for you, but you know what? Get a real job. And there's a sense of, you start to lose respect, and twins need to respect each other. They need to be at the same level. That's a big thing. So if you disrespect each other, the other person has some real growing to do and some learning to do to get back up to the same level. So if one person is really struggling and can't get their act together, and the other person's kind of like doing really good, the person who can't get their act together has to go back out there, get their act together, and be at the same level as that twin, so you're equals again. So you disrespect somebody who talks big but doesn't produce anything. The walls are closing in. Removing the walls built by cultural differences, sexual orientations, or other divides that once seemed unbreakable. There is no more space for denial, only resolutions. So did they feel like the walls were closing in? Did they feel like they're not being, they're saying a victim? I mean, I'm looking at this with the jail. I don't think, could be somebody's in jail, but it was more of a victim mentality to me. It was more of the reason why I'm not where I want to be is because of society, the color of my skin. I didn't have any advantages. Nobody paid for my college education. It's just a victim excuse one after another. And that gets old too, because part of me feels like one of these twins didn't have those things either, because usually you have very parallel histories and parallel stories. So the other twin says, well, I'm not a victim and I didn't have those things either. Nobody handed me anything. I've done everything on my own. I had to put myself through school. I still have student loans, So the other twin looks at them and says, that's on you. That's on you. So the victim isn't getting away with it. And they would love for somebody to say, see, this is where twins have a different relationship, because the twin is going to call out these behaviors. If it was a regular relationship, you would just kind of accept it and just, I don't know, not say anything, like not pick a fight. Twins are like, who are you talking? Who do you think you're talking to? You could have done all of those things. You could have gone to school. You could have gone training. You could have taken out a loan. You could be anything you want to be. You didn't do it. You're still not doing it. So, but somebody else wouldn't say that to them. So when they are presented with the truth, and the truth is right in front of them with that mirror of the twin, they say, you don't know what you're talking about, because you didn't accept what they said, and everybody else accepts what they say. So it's eye-opening. It's eye-opening. So the person who isn't at the higher level runs. And that runner is just afraid of kind of their shadow, like am I wrong? Am I screaming? Am I a victim? Am I screaming victim mentality? Is it my ego? Is it, they got to learn, they got to figure out like what they're doing, because you're not accepting it. I have a 3 of Pentacles. That came into me as I miss your respect. So we somehow have lost respect, whether it's disrespect around how you talk to me or how you treat me or that how you think of me. Because the 3 of Pentacles is I look up to you. It's the master carpenter in the church, and people gather around to watch them do their craft. And it's impressive. So there's something going on here with I miss somebody looking up to me. I miss you being proud of me. I miss you saying you're proud of me. I have a Knight of Cups. I miss the romance. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. And I have a 9 of Swords. So that came into me as I'm worried, excuse me. I'm worried that I won't have this again. I'm worried that maybe we can't recapture the romance, or that there's been too much time or distance between us, that how are we going to reconnect? I wouldn't worry about that. Twins pick up exactly where they left off. I don't care if you haven't seen each other for 25 years. It's amazing. It's like you didn't even miss a beat. You literally pick up right where you left off, but on a better level, because somebody has learned and grown, and you guys wouldn't be reconnecting if you weren't ready for the union. So this beautiful feeling of, I'm afraid that we're not going to be able to, get back what we had. Throw that out the window, because as soon as twins see each other again, and as soon as they feel that energy in the same room, they're right back where they were. They're crazy about each other. They're crazy about each other. They can't get enough of each other 24 hours. There's nothing like the intimacy of a twin. So I wouldn't be afraid so much of, can we get back that passion? That's not going to be a problem. You're going to get back your passion. Let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying today. Let me just see. Right now we've got somebody who's got to face some, I don't know how to say it. Maybe some ego problems. Maybe they've got to kind of grow up a little. Maybe they've got to figure out that they can't always get what they want. They can't have their cake and eat it too. All right. So I have this big, beautiful bowl of charms. Okay. And let me just give these a little stir, and I'm just going to grab these guys. Let me get a couple more. Okay. All right. That should be enough. That's enough. All right. I'm just going to read these intuitively for you. Okay. I have a black cat. I have good luck. I have 2 black cats. Is that a cat? No, that's a bird. Okay. I have a black cat. I have a black cat with a big butt. So maybe it's a fat black cat. Maybe you have an overweight black cat. Poor thing. All right. That's okay. He's beautiful. All right. This is interesting. I have 2 things. This is like the moons and the cycle there. And then this has got moons and cycles here. Okay. So it's going through the cycles. It's allowing the time to heal. It's allowing the separation. It's allowing the process, Spirit just said. So it's a cycle. I got to go through many, many moons. Okay. So some of you, maybe you're in separation for a while and you're just kind of waiting this thing out, wondering what happens next. I have dreams. I'm going to say I dream of you. If your twin pops into your dream, you have vivid dreams of your twin. You haven't seen your twin. You haven't talked to your twin. but you swear to God they're in your dreams. You swear to God you can hear their voice. We can visit each other. We can travel in our sleep. Our souls can visit each other, and, you know, we could be saying hello and checking on each other. I have a friend. That is sweet. I'm going to put that with my dream, because it was more of a feeling of no matter what, I'll always love you. No matter what, you'll always be my best friend, even if we're not together. So again, that feeling of no matter where we are in life, no matter how far apart we are right now, we could pick up right where we left off and we'd be okay. So, because I think you probably even have friends, like you haven't seen friends for years and you just kind of like jump right back in. So that friendship never went away. I like that. I have, what are these? These look like shooting stars. These look like shooting stars. I don't know if you can see it, but they're like stars. I'm going to get it to focus. All right, trust me, they're shooting stars. And what is this guy? All right, I have Christmas. Let me see. I got to see what I'm feeling. Okay, I've got a pair of glasses. That came into me as I have been hiding. I literally have been hiding. I have been not very social. Maybe you don't see them on social media. Maybe they haven't been going to the places that they normally go to. Maybe they haven't been out and about. People say, I haven't seen them. You know, they could be isolating, or they could be just for a reason, making sure you can't see them. Blocked you. But it's a feeling of I blacked you out, right? With the glasses, like I don't want you to know what's going on with me. So they are either just hiding something, or they just don't want you to know their business. I'm going to say it that way. Okay. I have a starfish, but it's not so much the starfish as the 5. So May, the 5 arms of the starfish. So May could be important to this connection. I'm going to put the starfish and the dragonfly together because I feel like you could start to see. Oh, my hands are tingling. All right, they're showing me the dragonfly. My hands are tingling, and they're showing me the dragonfly on my table, which I forgot was there, and this dragonfly charm. So there's something about the dragonfly tattoo. These dragonflies even look alike, don't they? They have like the same colors, this blue and the green. So we're in spring. Maybe we see them. Maybe we keep catching them, or we just see them in artwork. We see them on people, like a tattoo on somebody's shoulder, something like that. Okay. I have a lobster. Didn't come into me as a lobster. It came into me as hard to break my shell. For any of you who have ever tried to open a lobster and you don't know how to open a lobster and you have to be taught, I grew up in New Hampshire, so I know how to eat a lobster for sure. It's hard to open a lobster if you don't know how, and they have a hard shell. And there's different times of the year that their shell is really, really hard. And when they get larger, they, like a 2-pound lobster or larger has a really thick shell. So this person is definitely, I'm going to put the sunglasses and the lobster together. They are creating this incredible shell around themselves. Like, I'm not going to let you in. I'm not going to let you in. I don't want you to show me what I don't like about myself is what's happening. You either have calling them out on things that they think their ego is saying, this is who I am. And you're saying, no, it's not. Take a look in the mirror. No, it's not. You're not. That's not you. You got some work to do. They don't like being called out on it, is how it feels. So being truthful is one of the strengths of being a twin, but the twin who's insecure or the twin who has got work to do, takes it personally. You hurt my feelings. Okay. You didn't do it to on purpose. You did it because you care. All right. I have a bird. I have a couple birds. All right. They're saying just listen to the birds sing. Take a moment, take a deep breath, sit outside, listen to the wind, listen to the birds, more of a feeling of a meditation, healing, quiet your mind. Okay. Maybe this person is consuming you at some point. I have a flower. What is this little thing? I have a lion. All right, I'm just going to say strength. I have a little lion, little golden lion. I'm going to say strength, giving you strength, quieting your mind. I have a bow, a flower, and I'm going to put this ornament. I'm going to put all these things together. It looks like a poinsettia. Maybe it's a poinsettia, but it's in a different color. But it just feels festive. I'm going to say it's like festive ornamentation. Ornamentation. The way I just said ornamentation, I feel like that has... We don't want just the decoration, right? We want to get to the... Okay, so I'm a Christmas tree. And the important part about the tree is the branches, the tree, and the root. And the root goes deep and it's stable and it's sturdy. What's not important about the Christmas tree is the ornamentation or the ornaments, because I can take those off. They're just decorations. I need to see the roots. I need to see you grow. That's what Spirit's trying to say to me. So the ornamentation isn't as important as you growing. That twin has to grow. Okay. I have a key. I love you. I love you more than anything. Okay. You have my heart. You do. So I do feel that. They're still obsessed with you, but they're afraid to commit, we had said. And this is I want my cake and eat it too, with this big cupcake. Like, can I have that cupcake, mommy? No, you have to eat your dinner first. No, I told you 6 times. You had your cupcake already. You can't have another one. So it's somebody who wants something that they can't have. Or you're not going to... They can have it. They can have as many cupcakes as they want, but they're not going to have you. I have a marijuana leaf, and that could be an interference. It could be, I smoke pot all the time. It's legal in my state. What difference does it make? What difference does it make is that you're stoned all the time. What do you care? It's not your body. Yeah, but I have to listen to you. So maybe there's alcohol, drinking, smoking, I mean, after a while that gets old. This person needs some growing, some learning, some maturing. And it's, those things just hinder you. They poison you, Spirit just said. And you want to be careful with those behaviors, I mean, especially with today, that it's legal. Well, just because it's legal, alcohol's legal too. It doesn't mean you're supposed to drink it all day long. So it's, people are going nutso. They're stoned all the time. And because they can be stoned and still kind of function, they don't think they're doing anything wrong. But you got to listen to them. You got to smell them. Their behavior is altered, let's face it. So for those of you that struggle with that, that could be a big issue. Spirit, please share with me loving messages. I have silence. I'm sorry for my silence. I just needed a break, and now I don't know how to reach out to you again. I'm afraid you won't let me back. I know it's been a long time since we haven't spoke, but trust me, my love, I missed you so much during this time, and I am finding my way back to you soon. I always feel like silence, or their silence, is an answer. It is an action. They aren't talking to you. They aren't calling you. They're behind those sunglasses. And so you have to look at it as how you're, at some point you're like, okay, I'm going to give them their space. But at some point it just, gets old. And you're like, I'm not waiting around for this person any longer. And many of you may be there. I love you, but I love myself more. And I hope you do. I hope you really say that to yourself, because nobody should be waiting around for anybody. Thinking. I'm thinking. I love that. I'm thinking about you. I need time to think, right? I'm thinking about you at this moment. The thoughts of you never leave my mind, no matter where I go. That's true. Songs I am hearing remind me of you. It makes me more vulnerable, and that I think about you even more. So it's if they think that they're running because it will give them a break, I feel like it does the opposite. I feel like it creates this kind of gears in their head where that's all they do, as opposed to when they were with you and they just did their life and went to work, and maybe they didn't think about you all day long, unfortunately. But when they're not with you, there's that emptiness, there's that void, and now they're obsessing over the void. And they're like, what is happening to my feelings? What has happened to my life? Why do I feel this way? So now that's all they're doing. I'm thinking. I love that. Spirit, please share with me some feelings. Wow, this reading got to be long. I hope you're still with me. Wowee. Okay, that's all right. It's good stuff. Spirit, please share with me. My heart always comes back to you, even when I don't want it to. That I believe. Again, we pick up right where we left off. That's how I feel. Letting you down was the worst decision I ever made. I don't want this, is how we started. I'm out of here. I couldn't go against my family to be with you. Maybe there's some kind of cultural difference or religious differences. That's hard. So maybe there is some kind of something that has made somebody stop to think. I let my ego get in the way. I couldn't let go of my pride, but you saw through me. You know the truth about me. So that's what they're reflecting on. They're reflecting on their ego, spews out all this stuff. You look at them and say, what are you talking about? That's not true. And they go, what do you mean it's not true? They start to look at their mirror. They look at you and say, what do you mean it's not true? I've been telling myself that forever. So they don't like to see their mirror reflection. They don't like to hear it said out loud. And when they do, they take a back seat and take a step back, I should say, and they say, you're at fault, until they go and they figure out that they need to change things. They need to work on some things. But in the meantime, they're saying, I'm obsessed with you in this void. Okay. Spirit just said to me, time will change things. I know you don't want to hear that, but that sounded good. Time will change things. I'm going to go with that for now. Okay, that we don't have the answers today, but time will change things. And I really liked the energy today of we'll pick up where we left off. That gave me hope. That did give me hope. Let me know if that gave you guys hope. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. These are always hard readings. They really are. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, go to my website, kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. Check out my other 2 channels. I have a main channel and I have a pick a card channel as well. I will put the links in the comments. I will see you all again in another twin flame, soulmate, or no contact reading here on this channel real soon. Thanks for listening.